individually, each of the four members is weak, unaccomplished, uninformed, deeply unimpressive. And yet together as a group, they are strong. Their power derives from a single word: racist. They deploy that word like a weapon at the first sign of resistance every time. Anyone who stands in their way is by definition a racist, literally anyone, even the leader of their party. Watch Rashida Tlaib explain to Gayle King of CBS that Nancy Pelosi is a racist. Why? Because Nancy Pelosi doesn't agree with everything Rashida Tlaib thinks. Why?
She is Speaker of the House. She can ask for a meeting to sit down with us for clarification. The fact of the knowledge is, and I've done racial justice work in our country for a long time, acknowledge the fact that we are women of color. So when you do single us out, be aware of that and what you're doing, especially because some of us are getting death threats, because some of us are being singled out in many ways because of our backgrounds, because of our experiences and so forth.
You can't criticize me because of my skin color. That's what Tlaib is saying. Tlaib goes on to say, did you catch this, that she's qualified to call Pelosi a racist because she herself has spent so many years doing, quote, racial justice work. Wait a second. What exactly is racial justice work? Is that a job? Can you get paid for racial justice work? Is there a racial justice union for racial justice workers? Might be interesting to know. Gayle King never asked, of course. It sounds totally legitimate to her. But the point is, and in fact, the real headline here is, Rashida Tlaib has been working this scam for a long time, bullying people on the basis of their skin color to accrue more power. That's her game, and she'll keep doing it until it stops working. There's no sign of that yet, though. So in the meantime, neither she nor her equally entitled friends have any plans to slow down or apologize for anything they do or have done. Ilhan Omar, for example, has accused Israel of, quote, hypnotizing the planet. She called it an evil country. As we continue to monitor the Trump rally for news, listen to her explain that she has no regrets for that. Watch.
Oftentimes there are things that you might say might not hold weight for you, but to someone else, right? The way that we hear and consume information is very different than how the next person might.
So you don't regret your words either?
I do not.
You don't regret your words. It's kind of a stupid question, actually, when you think about it. Why would Ilhan Omar have any regrets? She doesn't believe her critics are legitimate. They are racist by definition because they've criticized her. Rashida Tlaib has reached the same conclusion. Shortly after winning office, she completely lost control of herself as she was ranting about the president. She screamed that she wanted to, quote, impeach the mother effer. Who talks like that? Well, she does, she says, proudly.
From day one, I truly believe that he has committed impeachable offenses. And me, you know...
But even if you believe that, the fact that you called him...
I didn't do it on the House floor. And I'm going to be unapologetic in myself. 70% of Americans curse. I am real. This is who I am. I'm rooted in where I come from. And it's very common for me and for many of my residents to say things like that. But
so you don't regret,
folks,
you don't
absolutely not.
Got that? She swears a lot. That means she's authentic. How old are these people? They're children. Ayanna Pressley, by the way, is young enough that she still engages in make-believe. Presley's decided that despite the evidence to the contrary, Donald Trump actually isn't the president.
The occupant of this White House, and I call him that, not because I don't have respect for the Oval Office.
But it sounds like you don't have respect for the Oval Office when you call the President of the United States the occupant.
No, because he is only occupying the space. He does not embody the principles, the responsibility, the grace, the integrity of a true president.
You're watching the face of the new Democratic Party. Four of the most annoying, least impressive people in the entire country, entitled overgrown children, throwing an endless series of temper tantrums. You literally wouldn't have dinner with these people on a dare. They're awful. Even most Democrats think they're awful. But they're in charge now. Why? Because in the new woke Democratic Party, race trumps everything. The old party was the party of equality and the working class. The new party is the party of race baiting. The sad point is that America is actually less racist than it's ever been, but it's also a lot more afraid than it's ever been.